Yeah. Well, I mean, pitching against them twice, they could watch video of me pitching against anybody this season. So, um, I think you just try to stay within yourself, be yourself out there, and don't try to change too much. Yeah, you might have to change some things here and there, but for the most part, you're just trying to attack the hitters and stay ahead and get quick outs.
Sorry about that. My fault. Go ahead, Jim.
Just in general, Zack, I mean, you've been around a good number of years. You survived Tommy John surgery. You hit free agency. You've done a lot of cool things, but you never pitched in the postseason. What's it like to be sitting up there in front of that backdrop and knowing tomorrow you're going to be, getting the ball in a postseason game after all this time?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Especially game one. It's an honor that they chose me. Got a lot of good pitchers in our rotation that could have easily taken the ball for game one, but they chose me, and I'm gonna try to go out there and do the best I can. It's definitely a privilege and an honor. It has been a long road for me, and definitely excited to be here with this group of guys.
Just to follow that, the Mets went to the postseason twice. You weren't available to pitch. So you've had some time to think about this now, and, how much does that experience and not being able to do that kind of fire you up for the opportunity to do it now?
Yeah. That was a bummer then. There's no way around that. And, just sitting back and watching, my friends and teammates basically just go to battle in the playoffs without me was tough. So, this time around, I'm here with these guys. I'm here on the field with them. And, I look forward to it. It's definitely going to be fun, especially playing for the city of Philadelphia. They're pretty crazy, and they come out and support us. And, hopefully we can get back there.
I know you were optimistic from the get-go that, you'd be available like late in the season after your injury, but was there any thought that went through your mind, like, not again?
No. I knew I could make it back. It wasn't that serious. We just had to get some work done on the thing and just move forward.
Zack, sometimes pitchers that have pitched a long time and then before they get in the playoffs, they kind of have always wondered, like, how is it going to feel differently, a postseason start versus a regular season start? How will I respond to it? I'm wondering if you've had any of those thoughts over the years, and how do you think you'll handle it tomorrow?
There's, some added pressure, I guess you could say, but, I'm just kind of a laid-back guy, so I just just go out there and, like I said before, just do the best I can. Just throw strikes, get ahead, and that, settles some of those nerves of falling behind guys and trying to play catch-up the whole time. So I've pitched in a couple nerve-wracking innings or games along the way throughout my career. So, kind of just look back at those, how I handled that, and just kind of go out there and, stay the same.
Which ones jump out at you?
I was really nervous about the future games back in the day when I played those for the one inning, and the All-Star game that I pitched in, coming in. Those are some different moments for me that I kind of had to settle myself down for. So I'm sure it'll be the same.
Given that you don't have postseason experience yet, have you leaned on any of your teammates who do have it? I know that Robertson's been there a lot. Anyone like that?
Not really, to be honest with you. You hear guys talking about their experiences and stuff like that, so you listen in, but I really haven't went up to anybody and asked, certain things.
I wanted to ask you about Rob Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously you've played for a lot of managers in your career. What makes him, what unique gifts does he have kind of for the position?
He's not so robotical, I guess you could say, is the first thing that kind of sticks out to me. I'm not saying that anybody else that we had was or anything like that. I'm just saying he's a person, and you can have a conversation with a guy, and everybody respects him for what he's done on the field throughout his career, and just the magnitude of players that he's been around. He's a special guy. He cares about us. He is there every single day, way earlier than we are, preparing for that day and days, ahead. So, anybody who has your back like that, we have his back, and he's just he's a good teacher and a good person to have in charge of our clubhouse and everything. So everybody really loves him, and we like to play for him.
I mean, as you mentioned, you've had a long road in your career, and I mean, pretty much anyone who's been in this game has as a player. Do you kind of respect the fact? I mean, his backstory, kind of waiting for the opportunity and getting there, and it seemed like there was a lot of kind of joy in the clubhouse the other night. Is that genuine?
Yeah, for sure, 100%. The guy's been around the game forever, and I feel like he's kind of just been waiting for his opportunity. He's not going to be the type of guy who, is loud about wanting an opportunity. He's just kind of going to sit back and wait for his, and he's all about respect. So, he waited for his and he got his, and hopefully maybe next year he'll be back here. That'd be nice.
Hey, Zach. Ben Fredrickson from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Another question about the manager. Have you guys taken on some of his characteristics as the season has progressed? And if so, what are those?
Yeah, I think him being in charge with his calm demeanor has helped a lot of the young guys. They aren't so nervous when they're out there playing. Maybe I can't speak for them, but I'm just trying to observe and everything. Maybe it helps them relax a little bit more, enough where they can just go out there and just play. They don't have to worry about getting benched or this or that. He just has that calm demeanor about him. He can talk to you, like I said, and maybe he'll walk over there and explain something to a younger guy, even an older guy. He's not scared to get on to an older guy for maybe not getting down the line or something like that. And everybody has that respect for him enough to take it for what it is and not really, think twice about it. If Thompson's telling me to get down the line a little harder, maybe I need to get down the line a little harder. He's seen a lot of good players and been around a really long time and been on a lot of good teams. So he knows what it takes, and he's definitely helped out a lot of people.
Zack, Daniel Guerrero from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. When you look across at the Cardinals in that lineup, what stands out to you the most of what you're going to be facing tomorrow?
Yeah, a lot of good hitters, a lot of good athletes, just in general. They play hard, they play baseball the right way. There's a lot of young guys also, but everybody that they bring up is pretty good. I feel like they never skip a beat over here of bringing young guys up and kind of just filling holes. Those guys step in and just hit the ground running, and that's one thing that I've always kind of admired about this organization is this ran really well, and all the young guys always come up and they're ready, and that's good for them. But they're solid all the way around, lineup, fielding. Obviously, they won a lot of Gold Gloves last year in the field. Good organization.
You haven't thrown a pitch in the seventh inning, I think, since like August 3rd. Is there any concern in your back of your mind about that? The pitches are more stressful in the playoffs, obviously. Do you think you could get pushed into the seventh despite having not done it for a while now?
Yeah, I think so. Pitched in the sixth. One more inning.
Just one more.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
You talked about how you're pretty laid back. Nolo's pitching Saturday. I don't know, he seems even more laid back than you. I was wondering if you've ever seen him get ornery, raise his voice, and what do you admire about his demeanor on the mound?
Yeah, me and Eflin can ruffle his feathers a little bit. No, it's never during the game, just in the clubhouse type stuff. But, him going game 2, can't ask for anything more. He's a special talent, and, we saw what he did the other day in a game that we really needed him. And, he stepped up big for us right there.
Hey, Zach. JT Realmuto gets a lot of praise for, I guess, the things that we can measure, right? Whether it's offensively or pitch framing or throwing out base stealers. Yeah. Is there anything that he does that just sort of makes your job easier as a pitcher that you wish more people were conscious of?
I rely a lot on him for game calling. Maybe some pitchers call their own games or have a lot to do with their games. I rely a lot on him. He sees the guys, multiple times a season from a different perspective than I do. and he sees a lot of different velocities or pitch types thrown to those players. So I rely a lot on him. He comes in early every day, does his homework. I see that. I trust him. It makes it a lot easier on me. Makes it a lot less stressful on me. And more than likely, if I execute the pitch that he wants, there's going to be a decent result. So that, and obviously everything else speaks for itself. I don't have to be faster to the plate. All I have to do is keep the guys in check, by mixing up my looks or whatever, because he has one of the best pop times and one of the strongest arms in the big leagues to throw guys out. So just taking that stress away from me makes it a lot easier on myself, allows me to pitch and really concentrate.
Your views on Albert Pujols?
Special. I mean, I've been watching him. I was thinking about it today coming over here, actually. He signed a jersey for me, and that's going to be one of the things that, kind of goes right in the middle of jerseys that I get signed. I grew up watching him, and I really enjoyed watching him. He was a part of a lot of special teams over here, and I felt like I was always watching him in the postseason with these guys. So, he's well respected around the game, nice guy. I mean, what more can you ask from a guy? He's a really good baseball player too.
Zach, if you don't mind going into the Wayback Machine, in 2019, there were a lot of Cardinals fans who were hoping that you might wind up on this team. From your seat, how close maybe was that? And did you ever think it might be a possibility that you would have pitched for the Cardinals?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely heard those rumors swirling around. I felt like my name was always a part of some kind of trade possibly. So I don't know how serious it really got, but sounds like it was pretty serious. But I don't know, didn't end up happening obviously, and I'm happy where I'm at now.